Okay, we're going to be looking at my artwork today. My name is Alan. I do collage work, which is the most primitive, stupid art style that you could wish to do. This is one of my first pieces back in 96, I think. 95, 96. Let's see. No, I can't. Wanted to get in really close, but I guess I can't focus in on... Nope. Anyways, these are the 8.5 by 11s. This is what I started off doing. None of these really are in order. This was in 2010, I think. There's a whole story going on over there, actually. This is called Personal Vertigo. The work usually consists of like a lot of cuts. It's not the easiest collage style, so. This one's an old one. This one's I don't know, during one of my first periods, like 96, like earlier. That's me playing the keyboard. Of course, the look is overall feminine. I don't know why I did that, but I guess it's because all I had were women magazines and teen magazines that my friend Allison gave me. Oh, and National Geographics. But this was a collage, actually, that I made into another collage on top of another collage. That's why this one seems so mosaic patterned, I guess. But this one's another early one. It's called Tilted. They started trying to work with her crown, giving it small details. This is maybe one of the first pieces where I started getting into really small details. But other than that, my earlier works are much more, they're just on paper. But, let's see. Anyways, yeah, the older works are a lot more symmetrical. But that block style right there, where I kind of interweave certain things, that hasn't really left my style so much, really. That's Amelia Earhart when she's young, actually. No, this one's another early one. A lot of my early ones are 8.5 by 11s. It's called Serial Killer or Serial Thriller, Serial Number, or something. Yeah. More of using a contrasting value overall than a dignified pattern signature. Let's see. This one was, I think, a 2011 period. This one is called Rooftop Romantics. Let's see. As you can see, that block's pattern got a little bit more complicated. I started doing fans and stuff like that. Up there is just, those are partly schematics, numbers that are just disassembled, reassembled. Yeah, I don't know, that was 2011 also, I guess, maybe, or 2012. It's just on a black sheet of paper. Here is an earlier one that I actually worked back up in 2011. This one's called Addiction. I used to be a really heavy smoker. Used to smoke 2 packs a day, but that habit had to go. Instead, I waste my lungs through vaping. This is called One Nation Under. Let's see. Just it's more simple, sort of. This one's got a lot of folding, bending, destruction paper. The only thing that really defines it are those rings and big fucking triangle up there. Let's see. This one is a little night music. It's an owl, as you can see. I cut up these paintings in a book and made diamond cuts and just continued up and try to do the symmetrical thing again up on the top. This one's just called 11/20/09, which actually the date is right there. So this was, I guess this is actually a 2009 piece. So that was the date, I remember. I had to cut these really small black lines, which would be something prominent in my later work, actually. So yeah, so I cut a lot of lines. This one has snowflakes in it. Another snowflake. These pieces of paper get thick though. This one's called 1305. It is actually from the window of an apartment I had in West Hollywood. That was one of the first night photos I ever did. With this camera that could hold exposure open. It wasn't an SLR. It was back in the late 90s. It was a point and shoot that could hold exposure open, or its shutter open for as long as you wished. But it didn't have its remote. Anyways, so I just put it on a cup, and that's why it's kind of, you know, it's not a very sharp picture. It is copied though, it's not the original photograph, it's larger than the original photograph. Well, this one's got a lot of snowflakes in it. Well, 2 major snowflakes in it. There, and right there. This one's called a revolution number theory. There's another sundial. Did more cutting of black lines on top of another collage. My collages are more like repeatable, recycled collages. I mean, I could take this and make it into a collage if I wanted, I guess. So, oh yeah, this comprised of I don't think there's any even numbers in here. This one we called by proxy, by possibility. No, it's just called something else. I don't remember. It's kind of an old fossil look to it. Wish I could zoom in, but I can't. This one's called Inwix Transmissions. This girl has a serious crown. This is another recycled collage over collage. I mean, I would make these two collages at the same time, or for the same project rather, and then cut it and put it on top of the other collage to give it more dimensions. Let's see. Oh, there's another owl series. This is an owl family. Very simple background. I just used something I found at Michael's. Sorry for the glare. This one is a bunch of blocks, really. It's called retrograde. Yeah, it's called retrograde. And yep. This is an earlier one too. Actually, it should probably have more work done to it. I don't know why I ever really considered this finished. Maybe I was getting towards the end of a body of work and was just like, screw it. This one's called Atom Love. Let's see. As you can tell, it's kind of an earlier one. It's got those symmetrical sides to them, which was very important to me. Then someone told me it was a sign of insanity, but maybe it's just OCD. It's not necessarily insane. It just looks insane. Oh, something completely minimalist. There, I just used a marker. This is a yellow marker, and I just kept on coloring in that. Using some scenes that kind of reminded me of my area. This was done in the 90s. Definitely. This is a photograph right here of something. This is one of my photographs right here, which I would blow up a lot and use in the collages sometimes. So, and this is an interesting picture I found. Some edge of some 35mm film that I found. That's a drawing and collage. That's not really. This is a 1837 Doomsday Machine. This is an older work that turned out not to be very symmetrical at all. Anyways, this was one of my first practice collages. I don't know why. I really wasn't into Charles Manson, but I like the images in this magazine that I found. As you can see, it's very simple. But, I don't know, the pictures were already kind of insane, so, let's see. You know, I don't really remember the name of this one. New Love and Beautiful. I don't know. I was probably in some cheesy state where I was in love or something. More telephone poles. I'm not sure if that was a... No, that wasn't a photograph that I took. That was from a magazine, I can tell. Sky So High. think I did this late 90s in California, maybe. I was trying to break away from my style a little bit, but this ended up getting this kind of complicated looking work that I didn't really, maybe still don't appreciate some of these pieces. Same thing here. And this one too. It's a lot of line cutting and rearranging for the same picture image. There's some cool parts about it, I guess, but I don't know. That's all for this book. That's all I could fit in this book. This is called, I think it might be called Love Letters or something. Paint got on her, and can't really tell. When I did this to the border, all this text, kind of rearranged it, make it look all crazy. More like symbols, I guess. And that's it for right now.